Young Michael Irvin was an absolute force, big, strong, and fast. He played mean and carried an attitude. Early on, he had quarterbacks such as Steve Pallor and Kevin Sweeney, yet he still put up close to 700 yards. At times, it didn't even matter who was under center. Irvin's dominance showed through.
Pallor, 3rd and 17, drills it. First down, Irvin to the 5, touchdown, Dallas.
We often picture him paired with Troy Aikman and assumed that was when he truly broke out. But even in 1988, when he was healthy, Irvin had moments where he was just flat out terrifying for defenses. One game in particular came against the Redskins in Week 15.
The smile for Landry. Pallor from the shotgun on 3rd down, flush from the pocket, into the sunlight, and connects down to the 21-yard line for a first down to Michael Irvin. The rookie from Miami worked his way open on the far sideline, and Pallor delivers the goods.
So Michael Irvin is one of those guys who I was referring to in the open, young players who the Dallas Cowboys really have a great future in. And here Steve Pallor finds him down on that right sideline. Pallor moves up in the pocket just a little bit. Now he's going to slide out. Key thing here, though, is Irvin is giving him an open spot. You see him coming back to the football right there, makes the reception on the sideline. But Michael Irvin's one of those young players that they are really counting on for the future of the Cowboy organization.
This game started off rocky for Irvin. Here Pallor throws Irvin a good ball, but Mike drops it. Green did swap the ball, but that was after Irvin had already dropped the pass. That's just straight up nerves here, rookie jitters. And if you know Irvin, you know he was about confidence. I know he didn't like that drop at all. Next, Irvin lines up in that old school sprinter stance. I think Irvin has said that he hated this stance before, and I'm not sure why this was even allowed, but if someone knows about the origins of this stance, let me know. Irvin takes off, cuts inside on a short post. Pallor threads another perfect pass, and again, it clings off of Irvin's hands.
If you ask Michael Irvin on this play 9 out of 10 times, he says he'll catch this football, I'm sure. Comes across on a post pattern here, right there, and now he's got the ball, he's got possession of it, it's just stripped away, and Steve Pallor just can't believe this thing. He goes, oh man, I thought I rolled up money on this one.
That would have been a sure 6 points right there. Then comes the third miss. Pallor hangs another catchable ball in there. Irvin's got position, and boom, drops it again. 3 drops in the same quarter.
Off the heading of Michael Irvin, you could hear the ball smack onto his shoulder pads in his chest area. Didn't bring it in. 2nd down.
At that point, 99% of coaches would have frozen him out. You're a rookie, you're dropping balls. They would have told him welcome to the bench. But here's what's different. Here's where Tom Landry made a statement without even saying a word. He kept throwing to Irvin. Now, think about that. Tom Landry, one of the most disciplined, old-school coaches in NFL history, keeps dialing up plays for a rookie who can't catch a cold in the first quarter. That tells you Irvin wasn't just another prospect. Landry knew he had something special, and that right there is confidence. Very few rookies ever get, especially from Landry. Finally, Irvin gets on the board, runs a hook route, hauls it in, and you can see it in his body language. He's mad at this point. He flicks the ball like he's trying to throw away the frustration, and that's the switch.
Good protection on this play for Steve Pallor. And watch the left side of your screen. That's Darryl Smith. He's going to come back and drop back and block Dexter Manley. He's in great shape, good shape by the guards. And Michael Irvin, this is a chance, a little confidence builder for him. Drop the other ball, you go back to your young guy, let him get another shot at it.
From that moment forward, the whole vibe changed. Now it's 3rd and 11. Washington brings the heat, 9 guys up on the line of scrimmage, daring Dallas to throw the ball. Pallor buys some time, scrambles, and Irvin does something veteran receivers do. He adjusts, drifts into space, and creates a target. Pallor floats it up, Irvin pulls it down, touchdown.
Now they got a little thing that they do down here in the end zone as well. They like to celebrate a little bit. Michael Irvin takes his bow. Thank you, gentlemen.
And you watch the celebration, that old school 80s style hand clap. It's almost understated. But you can tell Landry had to be thinking, okay, now he's locked in. Let's see what this young fella has. Irvin wasn't done. Washington made the mistake of showing him man coverage again, single coverage outside. That's a mismatch. At least put Darrell Green on him if you're going to play him one-on-one. Pallor lets it fly deep. And here's what I love. Watch how Irvin tracks the ball. Eye steady, body drifting, not panicking, not overrunning it, just subtly gliding into position. The ball drops perfectly in over the shoulder, classic deep ball technique. Catch made, 61 yards, touchdown.
Dennis Woodbury is having a tough time when we were at practice on Friday covering men one-on-one, and it was kind of funny then, but it's not very funny now when you see it in the ball game on Sunday.
Michael Irvin, a 61-yard touchdown pass from Steve Pallure. And Pallure cementing his position in this Cowboy quarterback picture.
Now, the rookie who couldn't catch a thing early is killing one of the best defenses in the league right now. And then you get to the middle of the field stuff. This is what made Landry fall in love with Irvin early on. He didn't fear the traffic. Pallure throws one right through the teeth of the defense. Defender's hand is literally right there, reaching, swiping, but Irvin clamps down, uses his strength, and secures the ball. That's not just talent, that's toughness. That willingness to take a hit and still make the play, Landry valued that as much as speed. Now, let's talk about something underrated about Irvin. Even as a rookie, his use of space in his hands. He was almost surgical with how he created separation. At the snap, he doesn't just run, he engages. He throws his hands on the corner right away, not to push off big, but to disrupt the rhythm. That little clash forces the defender to fight through. And by the time he recovers, Irvin has already carved out 2 steps of space. Doesn't sound like much, but 2 steps in the NFL is the difference between a pass breakup and a 20-yard gain. Combine that with Irvin's late hands, waiting until the last second to extend and snag the ball, and it was almost impossible for DBs to adjust in time.
Michael Irvin's third of the afternoon, the Miami rookie.
Even Darrell Green, who was one of the fastest and smartest defensive backs of all time, struggled with it. By the end of this game, the narrative had completely flipped. What started as a nightmare with 3 brutal drops turned into a breakout showcase. Irvin finished with 149 yards. That's still the 3rd most receiving yards in a single game by a Cowboy rookie. He was also the first rookie wide receiver to start a season opener for Dallas in over 2 decades. And in that rookie season, he scored 5 touchdowns, tied for the 2nd most ever by a Cowboys rookie receiver. Now here's the big picture. Who would have thought in that ugly first quarter, after back-to-back-to-back drops, that we were watching the start of one of the greatest wide receiver careers in NFL history? Most rookies fold right there. Irvin didn't. He stayed aggressive, kept fighting, and by the end of the day, he turned a bad start into a historic moment. That's Michael Irvin's DNA, a competitor who did not quit, and that's why they call him the playmaker. Until next time, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. And as always, thanks for watching.